Hello and welcome to everybody for the 10th race of Racing League GT3 Season 4. As always, here I am, Tommaso Maffei, for the commentary of the race. We are ready for another incredible weekend for the GT3 Season 4, the 10th race, so only 3 races remain for the season if we count even this race, but as we see, the condition of the track are variable, and right now we have a wet track, but without rain, so it will be very difficult for the drivers to understand the track. And there are 20 minutes of qualifying, and as we see there. The rain gonna start in 30 minutes, so we will probably have a qualifying session, a very interesting qualifying session, because if a lot of drivers go outside in the track and as we see, real other man spun the car at the start of his lap, but if a lot of drivers goes around the track for 10 minutes, I think the track will become not wet but slippery, and it will be interesting to see if the drivers decide to go with the slick tires or if they will remain into the wet compound. It will be a very interesting session, but before the start of the first lap, we're gonna see a little bit now the classification, the standings of the championship. As we see, we have Lucas Matischen in first place with 375 points, followed by Richard Jepp at 290 points, and Patrick van der Linden at 280 points. So a pretty clear gap from the first to the second, but Richard Jepp is faster than Lucas this weekend, and also Patrick is the fastest in the practice, as we see, with a time of 1:58.635. So it will be a very interesting qualifying session, and we will discover which driver is the fastest today in these 15 minutes. Now we are on board with Lucas Matischen. It is his lap inside his Bentley. And we are ready to see if he can go with a great lap here. Not easy. Okay, his the lap is cancelled because of the track limit, so we go inside Manuel Adamantini, Italian drivers from EOS. With the BMW M4, a great car. Very fast here in Assetto Corsa competizione. Not so fast, at least at the moment, in the GT3 championship, in the counterpart on Real, on RL, if we want to call with acronym. But we will see if Manuel Adamantini can do a great lap. As always, I think Daniel Tuta will stay into the pit. Attention, Manuel Adamantini lost the rear for a moment, but control the car. I think, as always, David Tuta will remain into the pit lane, because as we always see, David Tuta, the Colombian driver, always stay inside the pit lane, and after that going in a great race from the last and sometimes he closed also in top 5, but the first time today is from Manuel Damantini, 2:15.150, and it will be interesting because right now the conditions are not slippery but humid. I think it's humid in English. It's not wet, it's not slippery, it's between. Ooh, and Patrick van der Laan, 2:08.847, sits second to Manuel Adamantini. I think Manuel is in the slick compound because he's in very difficult situation. Also, Fabio Romao, 4 seconds behind Patrick van der Laan. What a lap by the Dutch driver. We see Jasper Olster right now with his Lamborghini. Lamborghini is not the best car for the wet condition, but some drivers say that it's impossible to drive this car around wet tracks, but in my opinion it's not that bad to drive it in wet condition. There are better cars, but the Lamborghini is not bad. It's a very good car, also in wet condition. I think one of the underrated cars of this game, at least for the race, and I experimented myself, is the Nissan GT3. Nissan that is absent in real life from 2018, and it's very sad because Nissan had a great car, at least aesthetically speaking, and he always stay ahead, so it's a very a shame, but the politically of the sorry the politics of the azienda of the emprises, I think. I need to see the word for azienda in English. Not agencies, businesses, yeah, or enterprise also, yeah, or companies. The company politics say others, but we will see if in the future we will have Nissan in GT3 again, but right now we have a lot of car with Patrick van der Laan fastest with his Aston Martin. In wet condition, the Aston Martin isn't that bad. It's a great car and it goes very fast to all condition. But attention also to Patrick van der Linden that is behind Patrick van der Laan. But they both of them they're improving a lot, and also Richard Japp, what a time, 2:07.485, only 3/10 behind Patrick van der Laan, but Patrick van der Laan goes outside of the track, lost the control a little bit, and also Patrick van der Linden decide to re-enter the pit and exit right now. Today we have 19 driver, so not that much, unlikely, but we will have a great race around this track. 60 minutes race with a mandatory pit stop. It will be very interesting with Yannick Wallenduc, with a great time, 2:06.230, with his Audi Evo 2. In English is Evo 2, in Italian is Evo 2. But the evolution of the last Audi with a better aerodynamic pack. And Yannick Wallenduc, what a great time. Almost a second ahead of Patrick van der Laan. But also attention to Armand Petrovic, the Latvian driver, with the HSP livery, doing a pretty good job. He's almost 1 second ahead of his best time. So it will probably go ahead of Harald. Depends on the last curve. Not a bad entry, but the exit is even better. We will see what he can do. And he's behind, but he's improved. He's improved a lot, 1 second, but he's behind Al-Hag, the Austrian driver, with the McLaren from the McLaren Shadow Project. Another great livery, at least for me, is one of the best. Wait, Lucas Matischen, but he's improving a lot. 1.5 seconds ahead of its best time. And it's only at the half of the track, so a very great lap for the Dutch driver. We have a lot of Dutch driver. He's doing a pretty good job. Attention here to not lose the control, a little bit of oversteer. But great line. And he's 2 seconds ahead. If he closes with this improvement, it will be pole position, at least a provisional pole position for Lucas. Last curve for Lucas Matischen. Great entry. Little bit wide here, but maybe for exiting faster. And yeah, it exits very fast. A little bit of oversteer there. But the time is good enough to the pole position, and with a time of 2:5.605. What a time by Lucas. He takes the provisional pole position when only 7 minutes and 40 seconds remain. What an improvement by Lucas Matischen. But now he has a great opportunity to close the championship. And as we see also, Mark Ruben, that is improving right now. It is Bentley. 1.3 seconds ahead of his time. And now the track is slippery. Scivoloso in Italian is slippery. So now is the best condition for trying to set a lap with the slick with the slick tire. Sorry. But we will see which driver will set the fastest time. We will see if one of the drivers in the grid have the courage to try. Have the guts to try. Ruben, little bit wide here. The penultimate curve. But the last curve is very good. That is in. It will improve by a lot. 5th place, 5th place for him. 4th place, 2.7.255. Only 1.6 seconds behind Lucas. But attention to Patrick van der Linde, that is improving a lot with his Porsche. 1.5 seconds ahead of his time. And now is the time for improving. It's the time to improve right now. Because not so much time. The rain will come. Now it's the time to set the fastest lap. And Patrick van der Linden is doing a pretty good job. That's the curve for Patrick van der Linden. exiting a low field. And we see what time. What a time! Great lap by Patrick van der Linden. Set a time of 2:06. 027. Only 0.4 of seconds behind Lucas. And the interesting part is the best first sector is owned by Lucas, the second by Patrick van der Linden, and the third by Valenduk. So it's a very interesting qualifying right now. Only Barendrecht and Tuta, but as I say, Tuta, he will not take part of qualifying like always. It's a tradition for him. And it's an interesting one because it's in the race is very, very fast. But Barendrecht is the only driver that not set a time yet. But attention to Patrick van der Linden with this Aston that is improving. And now only at the first sector is faster than the time of Lucas. Also Patrick van der Linden and Valenduk, they're improving. And also Richard Jepp, that set a time of 2:05.702. What a time by the British driver. He stays ahead of everyone except for Lucas. Also Lucas is improving right now with a great time, but we follow Patrick. Also is the one that is improving a lot. Confront to the other drivers. 1.4 and Patrick van der Linden set time of 2:05.472. Pole position for Patrick van der Linden when only 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain. He goes into the pit. He will probably be exit right now with Ordelman. Fourth place for Ordelman with a time of 2:05.885. Patrick van der Linden exit the pit to try to do a lap with the best condition. And Patrick van der Linden take the pole position by almost 1 second. 2:04.645. What a time! And he beat all the sector of the fastest lap. But Patrick van der Linden, no, he's not Patrick van der Linden, it's Valenduk. Take a second place. The provisional second place for him. And attention to Richard Jepp, followed immediately by Lucas, that he probably did an error. Or is the driver ahead of him that is obstructing him, I don't know. But Utman, what a time, 2:05.575, fourth place. But attention to Richard Jepp, that is improving by a lot, almost 2 seconds. He will close with a time of 2:03 probably. 2:03.892, pole position for Richard Jepp. But attention to Lucas. Okay, Lucas, I think he's improved a little bit. I don't know. Ooh, Lucas. Finish here is a qualifying session. What a shame for Lucas. And Patrick van der Linden. And it's not Patrick van der Linden, Manuel Davantini take the third place. Third place for Manuel Davantini with his BMW. Great time set by the Italian. But also attention to Utman and Lawrence van der Water, the Belgian driver. He's doing a pretty good job with his Aston Martin. A little bit of loss of control of the rear. Right there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Exiting the arena right now. Going as fast as he can. Into the last curve. And he will close with a time of 2:04.755. Fourth place, but Patrick Van der Len. Or is Utman? Is Utman. Second place, only 88 milliseconds behind Jep. But attention to Patrick Van der Linden. It is the fastest into the practice session, and right now is doing an incredible lap. And Jep improving again, 2:02.187, 1.7 seconds ahead of Utman. And now Patrick Van der Linden needs a miracle of a lap. He's 2 seconds ahead of his best, but he needs another second into the last sector to try at least to take the pole position. Also, Ordelman is improving a lot, and Ordelman is probably take the second place. We will see. Patrick Van der Linden and Ordelman, the last two drivers to need to close the lap. Ordelman, second place, but he will probably be beat by Patrick Van der Linden. 2:03.087, 9 tenths behind. And Ordelman, 9:33 milliseconds behind Jep. What a lap by the British driver. What an incredible qualifying that we see today here in Silverstone, into the international Silverstone circuit. And now, as we see, the conditions are clear. Now the circuit is dry, but in 15 minutes we will have a little bit of rain. So it will be a very interesting race. A little bit of pause from me for recover a little bit of my voice. And as we see, we will see after the penalty for the races as a BOP. And we will see whose driver is more penalized than others. But right now, a little bit of pause. We will talk about that later. So here we are live, ready for the race. As we see, we have 6 driver with some time penalty. Richard Jepp with 30 seconds, Patrick van der Linden with 50 seconds, Patrick van der Laan with 5 seconds, Lucas Mathiesen with 30 seconds, Valenduk with 15 seconds, and Harhag with 10 seconds. So it will be an incredible race and a very interesting one. Also because we have 4 drivers in the top 10 that are without the time penalty. Olderman, Hootman, Adamantini and Lawrence Wonderwater that can stabilize the race and make it more fun for the public. And we will see which driver will win this incredible race. In 5 minutes will begin to rain. Will become to rain. I don't know. I'm not English, and sorry if I make some mistake in some part of streaming. But I will improve a lot race by race, and I think all the Racing League drivers can say that, because the first one, the first live against this one is probably better this one, because I had a little more experience into the English part, and also because I'm improving one by one step by one step, my English and also my way to speak and to express. But as I say, it will be very interesting for the penalty, and also it will be interesting for the weather, because the weather is very variable, and we will have rain in 5 minutes. So the drivers will probably enter the pit immediately, not the first lap, but will be very interesting. One thing to remember before the start of the race: remember to subscribe to Racing League channel on YouTube, and also, if you want to participate in this event, remember to follow Racing League into the website RacingLeague.net, or on SingGrid if you search RacingLeague.net. Also there, it will be a pretty interesting one race with Manuel Damantini that is lagging a little bit, so hopefully for him it will not lagging into the start of the race. I hope for him that everything goes well, but as we see the car going a little bit into the asphalt. But we are ready. We're going in double file, ready for the start of the race, with Richard Jepp in pole position, followed by Patrick van der Linden. Ready for his incredible race here at Silverstone. And we are lights out, away we go, ready for the start of this race. Attention to Manuel Damantini that is lagging a little bit, with Richard Jepp stays ahead into first place. Great start for the British driver, but attention to Ordeman and Uthman that are side by side into the Maggots and Beckett's. But luckily for everyone, it goes well with Patrick van der Laan, that lost a little bit of control there, and he's doing a pretty good job. Stays behind, and Van der Water goes a little bit wide there, probably for the lag of Manuel Adamantini. And we see that Van der Water take a little bit of distance there when Valenduk and Romao were in battle, the two Audi. One the first version, and the second one is the Evo 2. Manuel Damantini is lagging a lot. I think I say something into the the chat one moment, and we say in the chat that Manuel Adamantini is lagging because he's lagging a lot, and it starts raining immediately. What an incredible race this is. It started 2 minutes ago. There is only one half a minute. Manuel Adamantini lost back control of the car. Manuel Adamantini lost back control of the car. Ooh, what a shame with Dudok that is behind right now. With Patrick and Utman that is there. Okay, only one moment, guys. And Utman is the first driver to go into the pit lane, and he will probably change immediately to the wet tires. Maybe it's not the best moment right now, but it will be a great race about the timing of the race. Oh, what a crash! Santiago Peña and Jasper Olster. What happened to them? We will see right now. With Ulster going into the inside, and Santiago Peña. Oh, Santiago Peña lost the rear for the wet curve, and what a shame for Jasper Ulster, the only Lamborghini driver here. Very, very sad for me and for him. Because when you see a Lambo into the wall, it's always sad. And you feel very, very bad. At least for me. But the battle here ahead is pretty good. With Lawrence van der Water trying to attack Patrick van der Laan. Richard Jepp 3 seconds ahead against Patrick van der Linden. And it's only the start of the race. With attention to Lawrence van der Water, it will be a great break by the Belgian driver that stays behind a little bit wide line there, but is pretty difficult to understand the condition of a race. Now the track is humid, so it will be probably better to go into the wet compound. Utman is the only one that already did the pit stop, but as we see in 15 minutes the track will change again, and Patrick van der Laan lost back control of the car, and now is losing a lot of placement. He will probably go into the pit lane. Richard Jepp go, van der Linden go, Ordelman also into the pit lane. Van der Water, Mathiesen also in the pit. No, Mathiesen go. Is followed by Harald Hag. Petrovic followed. And also, no, David Tuta into the pit lane. Ruben goes for another lap. Also Patrick van der Laan. So after the span, he will go for another lap. And also Baren Dracht decide to go with the slick compound. So the Adamantini right now is not lagging, or is lagging. Yeah, he's lagging a lot. So we will see. Okay. Ruben lost the control of the car. Where is it? Oh, goes there. Want to see what happened to him. Maybe with the helicam we will see what happened. Ooh, loss of the rear. He controlled a little bit of damage, but with the control he saved it in some way. So not bad, but not the best situation to find yourself in with Utman. But with his undercut, he did a great job. And now he's virtually first, but Ordelman is behind him. Also, Lawrence van der Water, Jepp. Yeah. Jepp is behind them because of 30-second penalty, so it's normal. So Utman right now is virtually first, but Ordelman is immediately behind him. It will be very interesting one. With the rain that will decrease a little bit in 5 minutes and in 15 minutes will stop. But what a start of a race, guys. What a start of the race. Whew. Ooh, Roald Dorderman goes wide here, goes wide. Ooh. Whoa, what a start of a race with Petrovic. Lost the control of the car. After the first curve, what happened to him? Want to see what happened to him. A little bit wide and lost the rear, but in some way he controlled it. Ruben and Barendrecht goes into the pit. So right now, the only three divers that they're going with the slick compound in wet condition are Lucas Matischen, Van der Laan, and Petrovic with Utman. But it was the first to pit for wet tires, and now is in the best condition, but 30 seconds behind Petrovic. So it's an interesting battle here, because if the track will be... Ooh, the Richard Jap goes wide here. Goes wide and Ag enter the track right now. So Jap behind Ag and Hallenduck for the 9th place. We'll see an incredible battle. Try into the outside of Magos and Backus. Here in Backus into the inside of Harold Dog, but he can't. But what a battle. What a battle where we seeing right now. Whoa. And Tuta goes wide. What happened to the Colombian driver? We seeing right now what happened. Ooh, loss of the rear of his Audi Evo 1. Very sad for Tuta, but what an overtake by Richard Jap to Valenduk, and also now Harald Dag is ahead of him. Dudok lost the control onto the behind of the pack with a stopping of 30 seconds. Barendrecht, very sad. Barendrecht with Richard Jap trying to be inside of Harald Ag, but Harald defend very well. Also Lars van der Water, he will probably try to attack Ordelman here into the inside. He tried the attack and he pass. What a magnificent job, a great job. Magnificent, it's not magnificent, it's magnificent. Sorry guys, but it's magnificent job by Lars van der Water with a great pass against Ordelman. And now Jap again behind Arahag. Ooh, what a save! What a save by Richard Jap! He lost the control of the rear on the curb. What an amazing save there! Goes a little bit wide because the tires are overheated. But what a save! It was an incredible save there by Richard Jap. Whoa! It was an heart attack for Richard Jap there. And now Peña behind Romao. And also Ruben and Van der Wacht. They're behind the touch with Santiago Peña. But that's the worst situation. Oh, what an unlucky situation here for Peña. And now Ruben is behind him. Now Ruben is behind him. And we will see if he can attack. Ag lost the control of the car. Want to see what happened. And lost the placement to Valenduk and Jep. Ooh, lost the rear. The lost of the rear here. The lost of the rear with this condition is pretty easy when only 48 minutes remaining. And Valenduk passed Tuta here with an incredible pass. Also Richard Jep tried, but Patrick van der Linden pass against Ordelman for the 6th place. And Jep, he will probably try to pass the Audi driver, David Tuta. Ah, what an incredible attack! He tried going inside and ooh, Valenduk lost the rear. I don't know if Tuta touched the Audi of Valenduk, but from the condition of the car, it seems everything is fine, but we will have heart attack after heart attack here in this race. But what an incredible race right now with Utman that is now behind Petrovic for the 3rd place. Remember that Petrovic, Van der Landen and Matischen, they not did the change of tires, so they are with slick tires, and Utman he will probably pass easily Petrovic here, and as we see, he passed him with an incredible facility and without any problem. And now, as we see, Ag, he will try to pass Tuta, but he can't. But Tuta goes wide and Ag at the end pass. And now Aral Hag try to arrive to Lucas, to Valenduk to try pass him, but I want to go inside a lap with Utman. I think it's the best driver right now. At least if we talk about the condition of the compound with the wet compound. So inside the lab with Michael Hutman. What an incredible lap time by Uthman, that now is ahead also of Patrick van der Leyen. And so, as we see, now the only one to stay ahead is Lucas Matischen, but it is praying right now for the right condition to arrive faster than expected, because right now it's not raining. The conditions are wet, but the rain stopped, so it's the perfect situation for the Dutch driver, because now Uthman is 55 seconds behind, and he hopefully can stay ahead of the other drivers. But now Patrick van der Leyen in a very difficult situation with the dry tires also. Now he's attacked by Laurens van der Water and Patrick van der Leyen at the same time. The wet tires are better right now, with van der Water that pass him easily. Now Van der Linde will probably do the same and pass him with ease. And they pass him very, very easily. Now Richard Japp behind Ordelman to try to pass him for the 6th place. Ordelman is with the wet compound, but Japp is unstoppable right now. What an incredible overtake. By the British driver. And now we'll go to the inside of Adamantini. I think it's Adamantini, yeah. I confirm it's Adamantini. But as blue flags. And now we go to the battle for the 3rd place. Patrick van der Linden behind Laurens van der Water. For the 4th place. For the 3rd place, sorry. It's incredible race, but go little behind because Richard Japp will take position to Patrick van der Leyen. But this into the slick tires, as we already said, and it's an easy pass for for Richard, sorry. Pass Patrick van der Leyen with very, very easy pass. Now Wallenduk is trying to attack Ordelman. Attention here at the first curve of the F1 Grand Prix, and Wallenduk pass with an incredible overtake right there into the right-hander. It was a very good pass there. And now attention to Koen van der Beek and Petrovic that are going side by side into the last curve of the F1 Grand Prix, with Koen van der Beek goes a little bit wide there, but it has the inside, so he pass. Now Wallenduk behind Patrick van der Leyen. Very easy pass here, and also Ordelman will pass Patrick van der Leyen easily. We go again to Patrick van der Linden. It is behind the Belgian driver, Laurens van der Water. We'll probably try to pass him in the last curve, because they're very, very near Track still wet, but the sun is there with a little bit of cloud, but there's more sun than clouds right now. So in moments the track will be probably humid and after that slippery. But we will see when this change. With Padre Van der Linden stays behind him. But we go a little bit behind because again Patrick Van der Linden under attack of other two drivers with wet tires. Harald Hage and David Tuta defend on their side and defend very well, but goes wide. So again Tuta pass with ease. But it was a pretty good. Oh, what happened here? What happened to Padre Van der Linden? What happened to Padre Van der Linden? Want to see what happened to him because it was behind Lawrence Van der Water, but he lost the control of the car. Ooh, no! Patrick Van der Linden with his Porsche lost the control and now he's behind also Richard Japp. It was a great race for the Dutch driver, but right now he's behind Richard Japp and Lawrence Van der Water. But now he's more in ease than before. With Santiago Peña that pass Fabio Romao for the 12th place. And also Tuta that is behind Hage for the 8th placement. Sorry, I need to drink a little bit. Okay, we are now again in live, ready for an incredible race. Only 45 minutes remain. We are almost at half of this incredible race, and we will see if Utman will take the first placement or not. Or also if Matischen will take the first place, because Lucas, even with this condition, is driving an incredible or and maybe is even a better explanation. He starts with wet tires. I think it's even better because he's doing the same lap as Richard Japp and the other drivers with wet tires, and I think he started with the wet tires at the end, and it will be a very, very good explanation here. Ooh, contact between Tuta and Hage. Contact between Tuta and Hage. Want to see what happened, because I think Tuta exit the pit lane. I don't know if it was into the inside line, but the contact It's not. It was not into the pit lane, but it wasn't Tuta error, I think, right there. But the race direction will decide after the race. It's not my job. I only gave an opinion of the crash. Now ready for this battle for the 5th place. Valenduk and Patrick van der Linden. With Matheson that is probably into the wet compound at this point because he's doing the same lap as the others. So great strategy from Lucas that he decided to start with the wet compound, and the decision was right. Just a little bit, Valenduk in confront to Van der Linden, and now stays behind, but there's Peña and Romao against one against another. We will see if Santiago Peña can pass the Portuguese driver. Stays behind and studying him. Santiago Peña is doing a pretty good job to study him. It's the only thing that he can do right now. But I think in one moment we'll go to Lucas Matheson. And Romao, what happened to him? Because he lost a lot. He lost a lot to Peña, and now Peña is behind him and he passed him. What's happened to Romao here? I want to see. He's only goes with a burst line, I think. Because I don't see anything strange. Very weird, very weird. With Ruben that will probably pass, or at least try to pass Patrick van der Laan. A track that remain wet, at least that's what the game said, and I think yes, it's not a bug. Not a bug. It's a problem, and the Mark Ruben pass Patrick van der Laan easily. Oh, now we go to Valenduk, that is behind Patrick van der Linden, and is the only thing that he can do is studying him right now. And I think we go to Lucas Matheson for a lap inside his car. For see what he do to stay ahead of 1 minute against Uthman. It is the nearest driver to him. So inside the lap of Lucas Matheson with his Bentley here at Silverstone. Great lap for the Dutch driver with a time of 2:09.435. But this is best because the track right now is humid, so for Patrick van der Laan it will be a good situation. But remember that Patrick van der Laan need to pit again for the mandatory pit stop. So it's not the best situation for Patrick, at least. But the one right now that is in the best situation is probably Lucas Mathiesen. Now we get to Valenduk and Van der Laan, because these two drivers, they do an incredible job. Great battle between each other. And they're going at the best as they can. One with the Audi, a new Audi, Evo 2. The other with the Aston Martin, no, it's the Porsche, sorry. The other Patrick is with Aston Martin, but it's Patrick van der Laan and not Patrick van der Laan. Fastest lap for Valenduk. Great time for him. One of the drivers goes wide there in this Petrovics. But now we return to Patrick. Patrick goes wide. What happened to Patrick? What happened to Patrick again? Lost very rear and saved it. Saved it very well, but it was sure that he will get to travel to gravel after the save. But it could be worse for Patrick van der Laan. Now the track is humid and the situation is pretty difficult to understand. Drivers need to wait a little bit for the slick tires. And Lars van der Water try to attack Michael Houtman for the second place, but attention to Richard Jepp that also want to take the place of Lawrence van der Water. Three drivers in a matter of 1 second. What an incredible battle for the second place. Lawrence van der Water has it faster to Houtman because Houtman decided to go into the pit lane for an undercut, as we see before. And Lawrence van der Water side by side with Richard Jepp, with Richard that has the inside and the better line. And Richard, what a great overtake here by the British driver. They take the first place. Whoa, what a maneuver. What a maneuver here. Good job, and only applause to him. Now, as we see, Lawrence van der Water is behind him. It is try to stay next to him, but it's not easy. After Houtman, also Van der Laan and Ag decide to go into the pit lane for the change of a tire. And I think also the compound goes to the wet to the slicks. Now, Patrick van der Laan does it after Romao. Romao that isn't pit yet. But there's a lot of traffic right now. Gazetting pit right now. Bond the water stays behind Jap with wet tires. Is too much early. I think at least not the moment to enter the pit right now. Lawrence Van the Water, Richard go for another lap. Valenduk follow them. Ordelman, we will see what he wants to do. And if we go into the pit lane for the change of the tire. It was the best moment because now the track is slippery. Mark Ruben can be the first driver to enter the pit in the best condition for the slick. Also now it's time for Patrick Van der Leyen to enter for another slick compound, for another slick tire. Ruben enter, Utman it already entered, so good job for him. Patrick Van der Leyen continues, so Patrick decided to continue with the same compound, followed by Peña. It is with wet tires, also Van der Leyen with the wet tire. But I think he's with the slick, I don't know. Ag is with the slick, surely. We will see with the time, with everything. Valenduk. Time of 2:06:087. With the wet. Lucas goes for another lap with wet. Richard goes for another lap. Lawrence another lap also for him. Valenduk follow them. The first four. They are with the wet tires. Also Ordelman is with the wet tires. After him, Utman with the slick. Van der Leyen with the slick. Peña I think is with the wet. Van der Linden with the slick, if I'm right. Romao wet, Tuta I think slick. Ag slick, Petrovic think they're slick, but I'm not sure. Side by side, Patrick Van der Leyen and Peña. With Matician that is ahead of everybody. Exclude the first 5 drivers. But he's ahead Utman. What an incredible pace from the Dutch driver. He's doing an incredible race. Yeah. It is an incredible race for sure. Go a little bit into the Peña visual because Peña is behind Van der Leyen. For the 7th place. But he stays behind. We'll see if we go with a lap inside Richard Jap. No, Jap into the pit lane. Also Lawrence by the water. And Valenduk, no. Valenduk decide to go for another lap. He follow Lucas for the strategy, I think. But I think that's the best moment to enter the pit right now. By Jap and Van der Water. Lucas stays there. Jeff is editing. Lawrence. A lot later, Lawrence. A lot later, Lawrence van der Water. Orderman exit. Putman leave a place and stays behind the Matician that goes for another lap. Also, Ballenduk is going for another lap. Ballenduk with is 1 minute behind Matician. But we go to Tuta because Tuta is behind Ordelman for the 9th place from the outside. Ordelman defend very well and stays ahead. But Tuta, with a great break, stays behind. Also, Patrick van der Linden is behind. Patrick van der Linden. Remember that Patrick needs to do a pit. I think now it's time for a lap inside Richard Japp. Usual. 1 lap inside the British driver. Let's go. And so Richard Japp finished the lap, and as we see, Lucas did the pit because now Valendug is into the first place, and right now is a pretty interesting situation because Lucas is pretty clear that he has the victory into his pocket, but we will see if Valenduk will continue with the wet tires and if he can stays ahead with that compound. It will be very difficult, but everything can happen in this race as we see. So it's pretty unclear the situation to the end. Like the only clear situation and the only true situation is that Lucas and Richard are on the podium. But for the other things, we're not sure. We're not sure for a moment. We'll see. Now we've seen David Tuta against Aral Hag for the 8th place. Tuta that is doing an incredible race with a great battle in all part of the pack. And it's a pretty good race. At least very, very fun for me to see the race of David Tuta. And now they pass a blue flag driver with Damantini with the yellow flag. Okay. 2:00:365. Great lap by Richard Japp, fastest lap right now. But we stay here with Tuta and Ag for the 8th place. Because this is the only battle right now. But we will see Lucas Matician when he finish this lap. How much he gained to Valenduk that he stayed into the wet compound. He's behind, he's gaining a lot to Valendok, 3 seconds at least, a lap, at least, because I think it's more, but the lap didn't finish yet with Tuta, that tries to overtake Harald into Maggots and Beckets, stays behind, study him. It is Audi try to overtake the McLaren driver. Very difficult to pass the McLaren with an Audi into the straight, because the McLaren is very fast. And yeah, he lost 7 seconds to Matician Valenduk. So in 3 laps, Matician will be ahead of Valenduk, or maybe 2. So it will surely Valenduk will be behind Matician. Put a yellow flag for a moment, but goes with a good line, so I don't know why yellow flag for him. But well, only 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. With this incredible battle that continued against Tuta and Ag. Also, Cohen van der Bracht is behind Dudok for the 16th place. But we stay here with Tuta and Ag. But they're doing a great job with Patrick van der Len now. It is entered pit lane mandatory because needed to do its pit stop. But we will see where he will exit. Right now he lost 3 placement in the 10th place. Also remember that Petrovic need to do a pit stop. Now we go a little bit to Lucas to see the line. Patrick van der Len re-enter the track in 10th place, so not bad. I think he will also finish 10th place. Because he's 21 seconds behind Ordelman. So it's pretty easy that he will finish 10th place, but there's Tuta that he will try to go side by side. Harald Ag, but Harald defend very well into the arena right now. And Tuta doing great job. Stays behind, and also great job to Harald with his defend with every part and every trick he has. Here Tuta inside line for him. Harald close the trajectory, giving the space that I need to even stay without any crashes. Stays behind, but the battle is incredible. 3 seconds, Lucas Matician to Valenduk. So the overtake will probably take part in some curve, in less curve when we think. With Tuta that stays behind Ag, trying to overtake here at the backets. But it was very difficult, the maneuver. He tried, but it was impossible. Now Lucas is behind Valenduk. And there are only, I think, 2/3 laps remain. End of the race, 50 minutes, it will begin again to start raining. Valenduk try to defend the position, and but Lucas with a great break past Valenduk, but Valenduk try every way to defend the placement, but luckily he can't. And now for Valenduk, he will probably want to end the race. To end the race, sorry. To end the race fastest. With the race end faster than we think, because if Valenduk, if the race finish into 2 laps, I think Valenduk can stay. Valenduk can stay in 2nd place, but if we go for 3 lap, Valenduk will probably miss the 2nd placement, the 2nd place position. But after we saw Valenduk and Lucas Matician, Tuta pass Harald Ag for the 2nd place. Also we saw Orser that passed a little bit of people, and coming by the back then Dudok that had a crash, but they did a great job to respect each other and wait for each other. At least is what I see with Ulster that pass Petrovic here into the inside of the curve, and what a great move by the Dutch driver with Petrovic that did an incredible braking, but Ulster from the outside line did a great job. Also attention to Peña, and it's at the limit, between Valenduk and Lucas Matician for another lap, but Jep is there. Jep is there to try to pass Valenduk with Peña and Vanderland side by side for the 10th place. With Peña that pass and Jep that pass also Valenduk. Valenduk will probably finish in 2nd place, in 3rd place, sorry. with Peña that pass at the end, Patrick Van der Leyen for the 10th place, so top 10 for Peña. And very, very sad for Van der Leyen that lost the top 10. Now he's only moments away to the end of the race. With Lucas that is on the last / penultimate lap of this race. 20 seconds remain right now. I think if he's not go slowly, we will have another lap. We'll see. It's going not so fast. Maybe to finish the race earlier. Yeah, he's braking. Yeah, and he finished the race at the perfect moment. He doesn't want to do another lap. So the race finished with Richard Depp taking a 2nd place and Valenduk 3rd place. Without going in another time into the pit lane, but the perfect strategy was the Lucas one, starting with the wet tires, remain with the wet tires, and after going in with the slick tires. Great race by Lucas and also by Michael Utman. But he goes into the pit 2 times, but he did a great job with his car, with his Porsche. Patrick Van der Leyen 5th place, not that bad after the crashes and some things happen. Look, Lawrence Van der Water 6th place for him with David Tuta, that will probably finish ahead of Harald Hag. With Harald Hag into 8th place, followed by Ordelman, also there's Ulster for the 13th place. Peña will probably finish into 10th place, Van der Leyen into 11th, Pedro will finish 15th, Dudok 16th, Van der Wacht 17th, Barendrecht 18th, and this is the classification, this is the standings after this 1 hour race of Silverstone. So after this race we will have Donington Park, another great circuit into the English state, into the British state, sorry. And after that we will have an incredible race at Panorama / Bathurst in Australia. So it was an incredible race. Good job to everybody. Good job to Lucas, that he will probably win the championship at the end. And what we can say? Goodbye to everybody. We will see each other into the next race that will take part in the 2nd of June 2022. Same hour, 19:30. Or 7:30 p.m. if we talk about PM or AM, which is 7:30 p.m. And we will see each other into the next race. Goodbye, Tommaso Maffei, and have a good one.